All right, so let's get into Midi Clips in Ableton 11. So I'm just going to highlight to create a Midi clip, Command-Shift-M. Obviously use Control if you are using a PC. And then if we double click, you'll see that the clip view looks different and some parameters have been added. A lot of stuff is the same here, like our loop and start and end, position and length and that sort of thing, signature and groove. But now we have scale, so we can actually turn on a scale and choose a scale, let's say a D minor scale. And in blue, let's turn these off for now. And in blue, you'll see all the notes in the scale. So when you create your parts, you know that you're playing in the right scale. And if you want to only be able to play within the scale, you just click scale, and then anything that you hit is going to be in the correct scale when you're making a melody or something like that. Obviously, when you pick several notes, if you fold that, it's only going to show you the notes that you're playing. All right. So that is scale there, which is a really amazing feature. And it gives you so many different variations on each scale between major and minor scales and pretty much everything you can think of. So if you're not really well versed on music theory, this is definitely going to give you a great advantage. Next we have note here, and most of this is the same once again. We can double or half the time of our notes playing. I'll just give you a quick reminder. All right. So we've got this here. Now if we divide it after choosing all the notes, it's going to play it twice as fast, right? And if we duplicate it or times it, it's going to play at half the time. Like so. So that was available in other versions. But the new thing that's available is Randomize. So we can now randomize the velocity that's played. So if we are, let me just, I'll just shorten these and I'll just pop in some random notes here. Now when I randomize, the velocity is, how hard a note is hit, which basically correlates to how loud a part it's going to play. So if I randomize this, well, it looks like what we're focusing on here is chance, which is really cool. So let's start with chance. With chance, this is what are the chances that this note's actually going to play? For example, this is set to 94%. This is now set to 79%, 62%, and this one's only 28%. So you could obviously set these manually, but by hitting randomize, you can randomize the chances of certain notes being played, which makes it, every time it loops, it actually plays a little bit differently. Right? So really cool stuff there. And every time you hit randomize, it would change that for you. So let's go back, make sure everything's played. And now we'll go to velocity, and we can randomize our velocity from 0 to 127. And we could also scale this back as well, so it doesn't randomize as strongly. But let's do a strong one just so you notice the different volumes that are happening here. So click that. All right, and if I hit it again, So you can get a lot of like really different variations really easily. And what you can actually do is you can record. I could take it in from this track here and record MIDI onto this track, and then all of the stuff that I'm doing and randomizing will be recorded, and then I can cut out the bits that I like. And I could even randomize chants as well. So we've got that going on there, and then I can just go ahead and hit record and play. Right, and let me just drag this out, pull it back. As you can see, it will give me everything I just recorded. And now I can, listen to this and find the parts that I like the best and use those. So, yeah, a very cool new feature when it comes to that. And then if we come over here, we've got, this is all pretty much standard, like what we're familiar with. It just looks a little bit different, but we've got our link and unlinked. And then obviously we have all of our different parameters that we can set envelopes for all the different effects and stuff. So for example, if I come into the glue compressor, we of course have all the available options for that particular effect. If I come into reverb, once again, we've got all the different parameters for that as well. So nothing's really changed here, it just looks different. And then over here we have note expression. And this is going to allow us to express, for example, pitch bends and things like that on individual notes within a chord. So I'll show you that in a different video. But those are the new features there. And then over here, as you can see, we've got slide, pressure, velocity, and R velocity. Those are the new clip features on Ableton 11.